This video is not meant for children under 13. So what I'm about to say may piss off some people, but fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Thomas and the Magic Railroad. I know there are some people who really love this movie, and that's fine. There's some things I love about it too, and it sure as hell ain't the worst Thomas movie to exist. But if I'm being honest, guys, this movie is not good. I mean, what else could I possibly say about this movie that hasn't already been said by somebody else? The plot is messy and makes fuck all sense. The magic element is nonsensical and it just doesn't work within the Thomas universe. The human characters are stupid and annoying and they take up way too much screen time. And the fact that Thomas isn't the main character of his own damn movie is sinful. And if that wasn't bad enough, this movie single-handedly killed Thomas. Due to this movie's poor reception and sorry box office return, Britt Allcroft was forced to sell her own company to the dreaded Shit Entertainment. And we all know what a good job they did on handling the franchise.
You're shit. You are so shit you don't realise what you do.
As some of you may remember, I was going to make a full-on review on this movie to explain why it doesn't work. But Mattel has been kinda assassinating any video that has any Thomas episode or movie attached to it, so I cannot do that. But this movie ain't all bad. There are some good things about it. And like a lot of you, I am very nostalgic for this movie. See, I was a little kid when I saw this movie. I unfortunately did not see this in theaters when it first came out, because I was a kid who was born in the early 2000s. I actually saw this movie on DVD, and when I saw it for the first time, I remember thinking this movie was cool. And shortly after watching this movie, my parents got me a wooden railway diesel 10 and Lady, and I had a lot of fun with those two. But there was one toy that gave me the most childhood nostalgia and fun memories, and that was the Plarail Lady. I can't really explain it, but little kid me always had a fascination with this model. I thought this model looked really cool, and it was one of the very few models I wanted to own in my collection. And I remember seeing her everywhere on people's YouTube videos, in remakes, and even in their collection. And I just remember for years just always wanting this model in my hands. So after constantly begging my parents to get me one, in 2012 they finally caved in and bought me a Plarail Lady. And a few weeks later, I finally had a Plarail Lady in my little hands. Words could not describe how filled with joy I was that day, finally seeing a Plarail Lady for the first time with my own big eyes. I loved the shit out of this model and played with her almost every day of every minute. I would play with her on my layouts, I would recreate the chase scene from Magic Railroad. I even took her to a fancy restaurant once with my family, which had to be taken away from me because I kept playing with it. And I even took her to my school show and tell. Yes, I was that kid no one wanted to talk to, shut up. The Plarail Lady was one of my favorite models as a kid, and it gave me so much happiness and fond memories. And it was all the more saddening when I didn't own her anymore because unfortunately she got beaten up and was trashed. So back in 2021 when I was recollecting Plarail, I remembered all those old memories of me playing with Lady and decided I wanted to get her back. I did eventually get myself a Plarail Lady, and I used it quite a few times in my videos, but not gonna lie, I still wanted to get one brand new in box, just so I could relive those childhood memories of opening her up out of the box for the first time. Fast forward to present day, and I finally own a brand new in box Plarail Lady. And now that I finally own this damn thing, I can do a proper unboxing and review for you guys. So let's not waste any more of your time and take a look at the box and open her up. Alright you guys, so here we have the box. And my god, can we just take the time to admire this beautiful, beautiful tea box by Plarail. See, this was back when Plarail actually gave a shit about their products and produced good quality toys and amazing ass boxes. Wish we can go back to those days, don't we? I always just love how back in the day Plarail would just go above and beyond on their Thomas boxes. Like, they just look so good, man, and it gives me a lot of nostalgia just seeing these boxes in person. It's like, wow. It's like, look at this, we even got the original Tomy Plarail Thomas logo right here. So cool, man. And we have the Japanese Thomas logo, we have Thomas and the Magic Railroad right here, and then we have the Hit logo. The good old-fashioned Hit logo. Yeah. So here we just have some words in fucking Japanese, which I can't fucking read it, of course, but if there's anyone in my audience who, you know, can read Japanese, would you please translate that to me in the comments, please? That'd be appreciated. Over here we have a nice little picture of Lady and Thomas from Magic Railroad. Here we have this nice little window display of Lady in her full glory. And we also have a little window over her truck. And we hit, says over here, it says T19. I believe that means Lady is the 19th engine in the Plarail line. And over here it pretty much says the same as down here. Here is like some info on Lady, I guess. I don't fucking know. And over here we have like a nice little picture of Lady. On the other side, it's just the same picture as the front one. With some words. Then on the back, we just have some licensing info, I guess some warnings, and then some instructions to show you how to put a battery inside Lady, which isn't really that complicated. It's almost the same way as like Thomas and Percy. And then underneath, we have like a nice little picture of Lady with her trucks, and then some words. We even have like this little nice drawing of Lady, which actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. And then here we have something in Japanese, and then some more licensing or whatever. We have this, it says Tomy. Yeah, such a beautiful box, man. I really miss this style of packaging. But you know what they say, all good things must come to an end. So let's kill this frickin' box, shall we? Alright, I just broke the seal. Now it should just open up without any issues at all. There we go. Alright guys, if we look inside, we see we have some foam. Cool. Let's see if I can just get that out. And if we look inside, there she is. It's the Magic Lady character. I wonder what these smell like. Hang on, I gotta be weird for just 1 second. It smells like nothing. And maybe some cardboard. Alright, now that I'm done being weird, let's get Lady out of there. And I think she should, I don't want to damage this model, but oh nice. Look, we got some fucking paint rubbing off. That's always a good sign. There we go, she's out. And wow, look at this beauty. Wow, guys, this is remarkable. I always liked Lady in Plarail for some reason. She just looked so damn good, man. It's like they nailed Lady for the most part. I have some criticisms with this model, but I'll get into that later on. But yeah, it's a very nice model, and I do have a fresh battery right here, so I am going to open her up to see if it does run. Seems to be sleepy. Just give it a little love tap. Well, the gears aren't broken. That's a good thing, but I don't want to break it, so. Is it the battery? Let me try a different battery.
A few moments later.
Okay, so after opening up the gearbox and realizing there was a cracked gear inside, I love that, I was able to luckily replace that gear with a spare Percy I had, and now Lady works. You know, I should probably be a handyman. So yeah, Lady does work now. That's good to know. Glad to know I didn't just waste my money on a broken Trackmaster broken Plarail model. Anyways, moving her out of the way. Inside we have more foam, and then out comes the fucking truck. There he is. Look at that. It's Lady's truck, and although I gotta say, this truck looks really fucking cool, man. I love how it's basically just in the same colors as Lady. That's such a cool detail. I mean, I don't really care for cars that are rainbow color, but this one's actually really fucking cool. And look at that. They even have painted gold buffers. That's something that has never been done, I think, before. That's never been done before, and I don't think ever been done after this. Wow, look at that. Such a different time period when toy companies cared so much about toys, they actually painted all these little details like that. And now let's get the other truck out. So here's the other truck. It's basically the same as this one, only difference is that they got different faces. This one's got the bucktooth face, and this one's sort of the classic troublesome truck face. Both look really good, especially when you put them next to Lady. And that's pretty much it. All we just have is another piece of foam. A lot of foam, and we also have this little pamphlet right here that pretty much just acts as a warning that says, don't be a fucking idiot and put the fucking train on your fucking head and turn it on, otherwise you're gonna lose a little bit of your hair and some other bullshit and nothing on the back, and fuck that. So yeah, here is Plarail Lady, guys. So here it is, fellas, the Plarail Lady in its full glory. Now before we get into our history lesson on this model, we have a special guest for this video. Seeing how we're reviewing a Magic Railroad character, it's only fitting that we bring on a Magic Railroad fan. Everyone, please welcome the man himself, the Magic Railroad Studio.
Hello everyone, Magic Railroad Studios here, and it is very awesome to be here today, and if you couldn't tell by my username, it's pretty obvious why I'm here, because it's a Magic Railroad review. Now yes, I will agree that the movie has flaws, and it isn't one of the best movies of all time. No, it's really far from being the best movie of all time. But I can't just hate this movie, I love it so much. But we're not really here to talk about Magic Railroad, the movie. We're talking about its merchandise, especially the Plarail Lady. In the year 2000, we got Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the franchise's first ever movie, and it was not liked by audiences or critics. Due to changes in the script, replacing voice actors, and everything else, the movie ended up being a bomb at the box office, only making $19 million against a $19 million budget. That is not good.
Well, sucks to be you.
But it wasn't a total loss. It made its money back in VHS and DVD sales, and especially toys, like the wooden railway system, the Ertl models, Japanese merchandise, and especially Plarail. They released characters such as Diesel 10, Splatter, Dodge, and of course, Lady. Alright Dreamline, now hit us up with that history lesson.
Following Magic Railroad's release, Plarail released their own model of Lady in the year 2000. She came alongside two troublesome trucks which are exclusive to only Lady. Lady was also released in this set right here that hardly anyone knows about, so I don't care. Then in 2001, Tomy and Motor Road and Rail would release their models to both US and the UK. Then in 2003, Plarail would re-release Lady into the Plarail line. And apart from the new style box, there was no changes to the actual model. She would stick around for a few more years, but in 2010, Lady vanished. Yeah, unfortunately, Lady got discontinued along with some of the other fan favorite characters like Oliver, Duck, Donald, etc. Lady did manage to get a few hit toy releases, but that was it, man. Fisher-Price never brought her back into the Trackmaster range when they took over, making Lady one of the more harder items to get in Plarail. Which is so stupid in my opinion. Like, if they can keep selling Diesel 10 throughout the years, why can't they keep selling Lady? It's just stupid, man. Well, that pretty much wraps up our history lesson. Now let's actually talk about the model now. So what are my thoughts on the Plarail Lady? I think this is one of Plarail's best models. Lady has to be one of the most beautifully designed engines I've ever seen. I love all the paint and details on her, especially the stuff like the gold painted buffers on both the front and back, and all her gold painted decals are just amazing and visually stunning to look at, like her smoke box, the top of her funnel, her bell, all the golden stripes along her body, and even these golden side rods are just so amazing to me. And the face they gave Lady is actually pretty accurate, to be honest. Lady is one of the most beautiful designed engines, and Plarail nailed her perfectly. And this model also makes my third Lady in my collection. Don't ask why I have three, shut up. With that being said, I do have one complaint with this model. Unfortunately, Lady has what a lot of Plarail engines seem to suffer through, and that is, she is way too long and has the same over-elongation problem as Percy and Duncan. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Lady is a very small model, smaller than the likes of Thomas and Percy. And I'm sorry, but Lady being the same length as Thomas is just visually wrong to me. And yes, I know they had to make her long in order to fit a AA battery inside her. I get why they did it, but at the same time, I don't like it. But hey, it could be worse. At least she's not as bad as Duncan.
Ew! Dude! What the f—
Now let's talk about the rolling stock Lady comes with. So Lady comes with two troublesome trucks. And I've stated in previous videos that I do not like trucks that are multicolored, rainbow-ish colors. I prefer the gray ones because they're more accurate to the show and, more realistic. However, these are the only time I will make an exception to that rule, because these trucks look really cool, man. I love how they're painted in the same colors that Lady are in. And I especially love the fact they painted the truck's frames golden and even painted the buffers golden too, which has never been done before or after this. Overall, I think this is a very solid job Plarail has done. I have more good things to say about it than negative, and I think Plarail made such a beautiful and outstanding model. So I'm going to give Plarail's Lady a 9 out of 10. What do you think, man?
I think the model is overall fantastic. One thing I really like about this model is that they made her front wheel small. Because if they made her wheel the same size as Thomas or James or whatever, then they would have to put a wheel arch there. They didn't do it for Salty, so that's really cool. Wish I could say the same for Stanley, but that's another video for you. Fun fact, Lady is the third Plarail model to have two headlamps, the first being Henry and the other being Stepney. One thing I like about the Plarail release of Lady is that they gave her, along with Diesel 10, their own trucks. I don't know why they did this, but they honestly look really cool. I seriously want them trucks, man. I really don't have any negative things to say about this model. If I were to say anything negative about this model, it's one of her later releases. They, for some odd reason, decided to flip the back sticker upside down. Like, why? Was it a factory error that went onto all models? Or did they just think it looked better? I'm not too sure. Besides that, I don't have anything negative to say. I really love this model.
So there is this one small problem, and that is how to get a Lady. See, ever since Plarail discontinued Lady, over the years she has become one of the rarer engines. A brand new in-box one will cost you an arm and a leg, mine sure as hell did, and even one used will go for a crazy price, even if that model is in shit condition.
What the fuck?
So the question remains, where can I get a Plarail Lady that's in a good condition for a decent price?
You asked me a question, I'm gonna answer it.
Yes,
Are
where's
you ready
the
for the answer?
documentation?
Are you ready for the answer?
Show me the documentation.
Okay.
You can get a Plarail Lady at the Stampplarailstore. I mean, come on. It was obvious. Why wouldn't I recommend these guys? The Stampplarailstore is well known for selling Plarail engines in good conditions for a decent price. And if you don't believe me, then check out this Plarail Lady I bought from him a while ago. As you can see, this thing is in phenomenal condition. And apart from this little warped piece right here, this model has little to no scratches or wears and tears. This right here is why you should shop at the Stampplarailstore. And yes, if you are asking, this thing does in fact run, and it runs well in fact. So if you're looking to get a Plarail Lady, go get one at SPS for a fair price. Get your Plarail engines over at the Stampplarailstore. Link is in the description. So now that we've unboxed the model, talked about its history, and given our thoughts about it, I think it's about time we see Lady in action. The Plarail Lady, in my opinion, is one of Plarail's most beautifully designed engine. If you are a big fan of Magic Railroad, you are definitely going to like this model, as Lady looks perfect up against some of the other Magic Railroad characters, and she's also perfect if you ever want to remake the chase scene in Magic Railroad. Well, that's it for this review, guys. Special thanks for the Magic Railroad Studios for joining me on this review, and we'll see you guys in the...
Well, well, well. After all these years, I have finally got you in my grasp, teapot. Yeah, get over here!
Oh, fuck, not this again, man.
Hey, don't worry, Dreamline. I have an idea.
Coming, puffball! Wait, what?
It sure is nice being on a Tomy Play Railway out away from SpongeBob. Hiya, Squidward. Oh, great. He's here. Wait, SpongeBob, look out behind you!
What's going on? Oh no! Not again! Ah!
Oh, shit.
How did you do that?
Because I am inevitable.
Yeah, go follow this guy on Instagram and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll have that link in the description. I'm Dreamline Engines, and I gotta go call my insurance to see if they cover all this nonsense.
Hello! You've reached Stampplarailstore, where your train demands are ours to serve.
Yeah, I had an incident with a faulty diesel over here. He killed 2 of my workers and also destroyed one of my buildings. I just wanted to see if my insurance will cover all the damages.
Sir, we serve train merchandise here.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.